Oh,
geometry today, or your class doesn't have this many tiles in it.
it's all good. Okay. This is sort of a momentous occasion. This is the last piece of info that I'm giving you about deviant behavior. This is it. This is our last slide. Tuesday, we start talking about race. And so that'll be fun. But let's end our discussion about criminal behavior, deviant behavior. Previous slide talked about things like transnational crime, international crime, and then there was organized crime. There are also crimes called crimes of violence. That's, your typical violent crime. You beat up somebody, you stab them, whatever. There's first-degree murder, second-degree murder, third-degree murder. If your job is to let's say that silo over there, you're the owner of the farm right there, and you want to build a new silo, so you hire a company to take a wrecking ball to it. So let's say that you're the wrecking ball company, and so you go there and you start wrecking the ball, and unbeknownst to you, there were kids inside playing, and you kill them. Did you murder them? No, you didn't. You didn't murder them. It's not murder. Now, your negligence, you probably should have checked first. Your negligence caused their death, but that's not murder. That's manslaughter or third-degree murder, right? First-degree murder is you sit down, you get a pencil, you get a paper, you plot it all out exactly how it's going to happen, and then I drop the anvil. Wah, ha, 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 ha. And then you carry it out and you execute it, and they know it was premeditated. You planned it out. You were not in the heat of the moment. Joe, put your phone away. And that's first-degree murder. Second-degree murder is you still did it, but you didn't plan it out in advance so much. It was sort of a spur of the moment sort of thing. There's third-degree murder, which is the silo thing, right? You didn't mean it. It was just you were kind of stupid. Okay, that's third-degree murder, right? Okay, you get it. Your hand was up.
Oh, you answered all the questions I had.
This is a slide called white-collar crime. Before we get into the specifics here, what is does anyone know why do they call it white-collar crime? What does white-collar refer to? Go ahead.
Like rich?
Yeah, that's right. These are crimes where no one's getting stabbed, no one's getting murdered. These are crimes that usually involve financial situations. You're getting ripped off. You take your car to the auto place and you just say, "Can you just do an oil change?" And then you come back 2 hours later and they say, "Yeah, we noticed that your Johnson rod was so we replaced your Johnson rod." And they give you a bill, and you say, "Like, I didn't ask you to do that." That's a white-collar crime. They keep it. They cannot fix things without your knowledge, and then just bill you for it. That is a white-collar crime. Or credit card fraud, right? Somebody steals your credit card and then starts charging your credit card. Anybody been a victim of that, or your parents? My wife, they stole her credit card, and then suddenly we were in Jamaica, Mom. It's like, wow, I'm in Jamaica right now. It's too cold. Because we weren't, right? It was et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So credit card fraud, unnecessary repairs. They give you a price over the phone and then they charge you a different price, right? They say it's this much, but then you actually get billed that much. They can't do that, right? They have to honor their price. How about this one? You get an email claiming it's the IRS and you need to send us a check right now for $1,000. If you, by the way, I've gotten 2 phone calls so far within the past 2 months, 2 of these, and I start laughing because I know it's a lie. The IRS does not call you. They do not call you. They will send you a letter in the U.S. mail. That's how they contact you. They will not email you. If you get an email from the IRS, no, it isn't. This is not the IRS. The person on the phone, man, I let her talk forever. And then I said this. I said, "See you in court." Clang. You're in big trouble because you. Oh yeah, see you in court. Because I know it was a bunch of baloney. Right? They don't come. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is all called white collar crime. Okay. Any questions? That's it. That's it. All right. I have one more little exercise here, and then my man is going to talk about whatever it is he's talking about. No, that's not what I want to show you. That's what I want to show you. This is just sort of interesting. It's not necessarily anything that you are being held accountable for, but it baffled me. Like, all right, what is the difference between crack and powder cocaine, right? I promised I'd find the answer. I've done my duty, although it's a bit dated. Sorry. This is the most recent information that I had available to me. Okay? So how much did it cost? What is the penalty for what's called trafficking, buying and selling? Okay. What is the penalty for possession? The average federal sentence, and then something that's sort of interesting. What race, generally speaking? Okay, so, and this is per ounce. Crack in 2015 price, $150 per ounce. Powder, $110 per ounce. Is that surprising?
Yeah.
Okay. The federal penalty for trafficking. If you are caught with 5 grams of crack and with the intent to sell, 5 years in prison, mandatory. Go ahead.
Is it true, like, if you caught like with that, and you have like over $60 in your wallet, it's like, you end up selling or whatever?
I don't know. Is that true?
I think.
So that they assume
Yeah.
you're a dealer? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, just carry small bills, people. Another video that I can't put on. Over here, 500 grams you need for a minimum 5 years. So 5 grams of crack, 500 grams of powder. And when you start to do this, though, this doesn't add up, right? I mean, it's 150 per gram for crack, 110 per gram for powder, but you only need 5 grams of crack for a minimum 5 years. You need 500 grams of powder for 5 years. So there's something that's not adding up here, right? This doesn't make sense based on economics. Okay, let's keep going. What's the federal penalty for just possession without the intent to sell? Well, again, 5 years is the minimum sentence for simple possession of 5 grams. So 5 grams, you got a minimum 5 years. 1 year is the maximum. This is the minimum. That's the maximum federal sentence for simple possession of any quantity of powder cocaine. 1 year, maximum. 5 years, minimum. What's going on here? Hold on, wait. Okay. What's the average prison sentence? So if you are caught with some sort of possession or intent, the average prison sentence is about 10 years. About 10 years. Now, this is even more dated. It's the best I could find, sorry. So I imagine it's still in the ballpark. Over here, 7 years. Okay? So this is slightly more expensive, slightly. It has a heavier penalty per ounce, right? 5 years for 5 grams. Has a much heavier penalty for possession, 5 year minimum, 1 year maximum. Usually the length of the sentences is longer. What's going on here? Make a bold prediction. Make a bold prediction. All right, ready? That is the percent of people that were convicted of possession or dealing in between 2007 and 2015.
Either way.
Exactly. That is the race. So I think there's some. This is sort of interesting. Now I'm not saying that means our criminal justice system is racist. There might be some cultural aspects here, right? Why is alcohol legal when marijuana is illegal? Well, it has something to do with culture. We come from a dominant European culture where no one drank river water, you would die. But beer was safe. Alcohol was safe. Why do you think the church in the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church, had exclusive rights to make wine and beer? Because that's where the money was, man. Right? Why do you think they built those beautiful churches? And no one drank river water. Gross, you'd die. Drink beer. How about that? You want to be safe? Drink alcohol. Don't hear that too often, right? Okay, any questions here? This is simply interesting stuff. Go ahead.
So when it says 1 year maximum for any quantity of powder,
Right.
so you could have like a dump truck full. And
No,
you'd only,
simple, it says simple.
Oh.
Simple like 100.
Simple possession, in other words, for your own use. I mean, if you had a dump truck, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. It's-
I mean, you'd probably be a dealer then.
Yeah,
You're probably set. Well, then there's something else going on. Like
I found it in my backyard.
I had a shovel. Okay, that's it.
Put it there.